Every big anniversary for Mario gets a celebration. And this time it's the 35th anniversary, and it's no different with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It leaked earlier this year and kept leaking for months before finally being revealed only like 2 weeks ago. And now it's out. This collection has Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. So, let's review. What's up guys? DPX here, reviewing today Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now before we get started, this is a, collection game. So, we're going to be doing this a little differently. This will be broken up into segments just like most of my reviews. But with this one, each game will get their own segment. I'll be talking about how well the game is on here and everything. And then there'll be another segment where I talk about the collection as a whole, and then another segment where I give the final verdict. Anyways, before we get started now, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, use notifications, and leave a comment. You'll be a loyal subscriber.
It's me, Mario! Hello!
We start off with Super Mario 64. Now right off the bat, this one raises the most questions. Not in the same sense that it shouldn't be here, as it absolutely should. I mean, they could have done a little more with this one. It's definitely a fun way to play Super Mario 64, but I would have loved to see, not just this one, but all these games completely remade. But I feel like out of any of them, 64 needed an overhaul the most, because it is a bit dated. I guess I get why they didn't do that, maybe time or COVID or whatever, but why the game is not in widescreen, why it's not 60 FPS, and why it still runs at 720p, I will never understand. Despite that, this is just as fun as the original version of Super Mario 64. Everything I just said really doesn't matter at all when actually playing the game. I will say that the camera controls do feel a bit strange and different in this collection, but it never gets too bad, and it also might just be me. One other thing worth noting is that the "So Long Gay Bowser" line has been removed, probably for, obvious reasons. Super Mario 64 is definitely a super fun game, but it's definitely the least exciting out of all of these games. Not that it's the worst. In fact, it might actually be the best. It's more that we've gotten this game re-released many times before. It's still great to have on the Switch, and you can't have a 3D Mario collection without 64. Next up is Super Mario Sunshine. Now this game was definitely the one I was most interested in playing, and that's because it hasn't really ever been re-released. 64 has been re-released numerous times, and while Galaxy really hasn't at all, I feel everyone got to play Galaxy. Sunshine, though, is a bit different. It's on the GameCube, and while everyone has a Wii and you're able to play the game on the Wii, still not too many people had a GameCube, at least in comparison to the amount of people who had a Wii. So it's good to see it being re-released. It looks really good, and they actually made it in widescreen. So why they didn't do that for 64 is even more of a mystery. As for the game itself, Sunshine is probably the most divisive Mario game out there, but I think it's really good. I feel this was the first time Mario explored different worlds other than the usual Mushroom Kingdom and everything of the sort. The FLUDD doesn't bother me like how it does for most people. One thing though is that they kind of changed the controls in this re-release. If you're using the Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller, it's not really noticeable, but if you're using a GameCube controller, some of the buttons aren't the same. Aside from that though, Super Mario Sunshine is definitely a great game, and the Switch is definitely a great way to play it. Last but certainly not least is Super Mario Galaxy. Now, out of all the games here, I didn't really think this one needed a full remaster or remake, as the game actually looked very good on the Wii and still holds up very well today. It did get an up-res, but that's really all it needed, and that's pretty much all it got. Also, though, out of every game here, I feel Galaxy got the most changes beyond the graphics. Small changes like selecting an icon of a character instead of a Mii, and the text showing a Joy-Con instead of the Wiimote. However, Galaxy relied heavily on motion controls, so to accommodate that on the Switch, you can actually use the pointer on your Joy-Con, or if you're playing in handheld mode, you tap the screen for the cursor. Don't do that though, because it's not fun that way. If you're playing with a Pro Controller or the Joy-Con grip though, there's still a pointer on there, and it actually works very well, so I actually prefer you play it like that, and it feels really nice. As for the game itself, it's Galaxy. A really big, fun game with worlds you go on that you're not used to seeing in Mario. It's just a lot of fun. Now time for the other stuff. Most collection games have more than just the games. Some stuff include like a music player or behind the scenes. Well, Super Mario 3D All-Stars has a music player. However, it kind of feels like someone at Nintendo was just like, oh wait, we can't just re-release 3 games for an anniversary. We gotta put something else in there. Let's see, let's throw in a music player. There we go. It's cool to have, but no one really goes walking around with their Switch to listen to music in public. And if you do, please let me know. I would love to hear it. Also, if Super Mario 64 isn't gonna be widescreen, which I just don't understand, at least give us like a border and at least make it fill the lines. Like, there are 2 random lines on the top and the bottom, something I forgot to mention when talking about 64. But if you're not gonna make it widescreen, at least give like a border or something. I get why there aren't any borders for the other 2, because they're in widescreen, but 64 is not in widescreen. Also, I know it's practically a meme at this point, but where's Galaxy 2? This collection honestly feels incomplete without Galaxy 2, and I know it's probably because of the motion controls, and they'll have to do some serious reworking, more so than they had to do with Galaxy 1, but it still baffles me that it's not here, especially since I and many people personally think it's miles better than Galaxy 1. I will say this though, this might be the best way to play 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. I just wish they did a bit more with the collection and, you know, the celebration in this game.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
In conclusion, Super Mario 3D All-Stars was kind of a tough game to rank. I mean, it's a collection, so I have to, you know, take everything into consideration for 3 different games here. But 64, Galaxy, and Sunshine have all held up very well. 64 has a few bumps as far as holding up concerns, but it's still a really fun game to play. Although, again, why it's not in widescreen, I will still just never understand. But the reason I said this is a tough game to rank, or score rather, is because while this may be the best way to play all 3 of these games, it also feels kind of lazy with just everything else to it. However, I can't ignore that these 3 games are a hell of a lot of fun, and this is the way to play them. That being said, upon thinking about it hard, Super Mario 3D All-Stars gets an 8 out of 10. That sounds pretty high for what I just said, but trust me, these 3 games save it. If they did more with this collection, if they actually like fully remastered the 3 games, and if they had Galaxy 2, or hell, you could have fully remastered the 3 games and not included Galaxy 2, and did more at the collection in terms of, like, the museum aspect, and it probably would have gotten a 9, 9.5, hell, dare I say, maybe even a 10. But as it is, it's really just 3 great Mario games with a music player. But those 3 games are fantastic, and once again, this is definitely the best way to play all 3 of them. So that was my review for Super Mario 3D All-Stars. What did you think? Do you have this game? Do you not have this game? Do you want this game? Do you not want the game? If you have it, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Anything about the game, please let me know. And if you want the game, you should probably get it before March. So yeah. Anyways, if you should like this video, come subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.